Hey, this is Brother Luck from Colorado Springs. All right, you ready? Owner of 4 by Brother Luck and Lucky Dumplings. I mean, he's a very, very impressive man. And you're rocking with the Modern Eater Show on iHeartRadio.
Okay, back at it from Studio Kitchen, Colorado. So pleased you're tuned in tonight. If you're listening to us on iHeartRadio, you can jump on over to the Modern Eater Facebook page and do what I'm doing right now. Just share it to your timeline. Sharing is caring. And Chef Elise Wiggins, who shares a lot, she's sharing with us here tonight. And also, Jared's here with us. Jared, her producer, executive producer of the show, Roots to Ranches. Let's dig in, talk about the show, but we're also going to demonstrate some cool stuff here. I'm going to let you take it away, Elise.
Yeah, so I'm actually going to stuff this chicken. This chicken actually came from the Urban Farm that's here in Denver. It's very close to my restaurant in Cattivella. And these guys are a nonprofit, but they teach these children this amazing thing, and you'll hear more about it, but they teach them how to do ag. And it's an amazing program. I look forward to promoting it. But if you look at just the yellow that's on here, what we're going to do is what's called an ancient way of baking food in clay, but very tight. And we're going to be doing a fundraiser at the farm this year in September to help raise awareness and also funds for them. But we're going to be taking several different animals from the farm and actually cooking them and then serving them to the public in a big, big, long, table. It's going to be amazing.
I love those types of dinners.
Yeah.
They'll be on in the next hour. People that listen to this show really enjoy going to attend those things. So hopefully there'll be more information that they can get, and we'll talk to the farm. It's called the Urban Farm at Stapleton. Do your homework now, so when they're on the show, you can check them out. Chef Elise, you're demonstrating this beautiful chicken. It looks kind of like a spatchcock chicken, skin still on. And you're throwing an egg in there. What?
Actually, this was a silky. These are duck eggs and chicken eggs from the farm.
Mm-hmm.
Same ladies that laid them. And this is one of the chickens also. And what I'm doing is just kind of using everything. If you can see, there's no bone structure. I went ahead and deboned this because it takes a little bit too much time. But the cool process behind this is that I'm stuffing it. That way when we cut through, it's almost Louisiana style where it's turducken, where everything is deboned and then stuffed inside of everything. This is actually chicken sausage. We actually took the chicken, made sausage out of this, and it's Spanish inspired. And so Zuri, who is from Mexico City, was influencing all the spices that we're using in here. But we're literally, and this is a duck egg from the farm. We're stuffing it all down in the middle.
How naughty is that?
It's so good. And then here's the cool part is that, most people with tandoori and things like that, you put a tandoori on, and the tandoori, that ceramic is kind of a triangle. Well, as the chicken cooks in a tandoori, the moisture releases and comes down to the bottom. Well, that's good. The juices are good. But when you put clay over the top, which is what I'm going to do, it forces the moisture to stay inside the bird. This is going to be like chicken crack. And when I was saying what protein did I favor, beef or chicken, with this farm-raised chicken and the way that we're doing this, it is the best chicken ever. I'll take this hands down over a steak or anything all day long.
And we're going to make some tacos out of that tonight.
We are.
Oh,
and if you look behind me, there's a little sneak peek. We pulled this one out, and it's resting. It takes a long time to rest because the clay is thick.
Will we be able to show that in one of these segments coming up here?
Absolutely.
Stick around for that for sure.
Yeah. So I'm going to just do the final egg in here and more of the sausage.
Are those eggs hard-boiled already, or are they raw?
Yes.
They are hard.
No,
I can't tell if there was a shell on it or something.
They're
like that.
no shell. They're like 3 minutes. So they're still a little soft. That way when they go in the oven, this sausage is really moist, so it really kind of insulates it. So it's not going to cook it all the way through. The last thing I'm going to do is, again, we have a little bit of chili butter. And we're going to stuff this under the breast. So again, as this bakes, because it bakes for 2 hours.
That's what I was going to ask. At what temp?
350 for 2 hours.
Low and
so
slow.
Slow, but not too low.
Yeah.
And, this butter is just going to continue to baste everything that's on the inside.
And when you say chili butter, is that just like butter and you reduce it down with chili in it or something like that?
Yeah, guajillo chilies, all that kind of good stuff. There's a little bit of garlic, lemon zest that's in here. Cumin as well, but not too much. We really want the chicken to speak. So you can really appreciate this great farm chicken. So from here, now I'm going to take a little bit of this dry rub. We're going to put this on the outside.
Oh, Lord.
Yes.
So I'm looking at like probably paprika in that, like garlic.
Achote. So yes, paprika. There's cumin. Also cayenne that's in here, because we're going to pay ode to the Cajun part of the episode today. We're rubbing this whole thing down. And then the cool part after this now, I'm going to make sure I get all this good stuff in there.
No waste.
No waste.
You hate waste.
No, I hate waste.
I know you do.
All right, so Jared, will you do me a favor and take that? Thank you, sir.
And hey, covet that. That's a koozie from Buckets, which we'll check in at 7 p.m. right here on Skype with Wes from Buckets in Louisiana, a place that you've haunted that place for a while, haven't you?
Oh, yes. Love me some Buckets. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to put this baby right in the center. And then actually I'm going to turn this a little bit this way.
Now, if you like what you're seeing now, you get a lot of this on Elise's new show, Roots to Ranches, that airs on Rocky Mountain PBS. And Jared, you're here along with us right now.
Absolutely.
What a cool show.
It is such a revolutionary show for sure.
Talk a little bit about it and how people can watch it.
So Rocky Mountain PBS every Thursday at 8 p.m. And if you can check it out, rootstoranches.com. Every Thursday, more or less Friday, we can post up the show, embed it from PBS. So you can check out the website, rootstoranches.com, and check it out every Friday, the new episode from PBS.
So it's so cool. And Elise, it's been a while, and self-admittedly, it's just like saying, oh, you got a radio show. Well, wow, cool. A PBS show. And it's been a while since I've tuned into any PBS programming, and when I did, I was like, holy cow, what a great job you guys are doing. PBS, did you shop the show around you guys? Was that how did you land on PBS? What was the fit there, Elise?
Yeah, so Amanda Mountain, who is the CEO of PBS, is really good friends with my wife. And, she talked a couple times, it'd be great to, have you do a show, blah, blah, blah. And I've heard that several times. I've had Food Network reach out to me, do me a sizzle reel. They asked me to do healthy cooking, and I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I can't do healthy cooking. And it never panned out. And then finally we had brunch, and she was like, well, if you would do a show, what would you do? And I'm like, I would break the rules first. I want to do a show that isn't like the shows that are out there right now. And I'm not dissing those shows. There's a need for them. But it's either usually in a studio, and it's step 1, 2, and 3, and it's usually repeating kind of what everybody else does. We're going to do a bolognese. Great. We're going to do a bolognese. Great. We're going to do okay, great. How many chefs can do a bolognese, I wanted to do a show where we took people on an adventure to understand where their ingredients come from. And it's not just the normal ingredients. I don't want to know where buffalo mozzarella comes from. I want to know where squirrel comes from, or lichen. I want to educate people. PBS is the home of Julia Childs. And when she was poaching whole fish in the 60s, I know that those women that were home watching her, did they go out and buy a whole fish poacher just to do fish? I probably highly doubt it. But they were enthralled because they were learning from her. And it was very casual, and she connected with them. And I want to do that with people. I want to inspire them to either go out and forage or go out and hunt, There's 4 times the amount of protein.
I thought everything was born in the grocery store, Elise.
Well, exactly.
Steaks were just brought in a wrapper, right? And packaged already up. No, you want to, and listen, you're really resonating with me, because that's what we like to do at the Modern Eater. People really want to connect with their food.
Yes.
Know where it's coming from, know what it does to their body, know the deliciousness. Why is this so delicious? And I'll tell you what, Chef, a lot of food and recipes taste so much better when I get to know where they're from.
Yeah.
I get to know the integrity of the food and know who's cooking and handling it as well.
Exactly. And I feel like people today are seeking that out. You know, people want to know where their food comes from. There are more women now that are they're signing up for hunting courses because they want to know how to procure their own food. It's going that far. I think it's amazing. You know, if people understood that, like, the protein that you get from a wild animal versus a domesticated animal, and again, I'm not slighting, you know, farming animals, because there's a need for that. But 4 times the amount of protein. Can you believe that? A squirrel, a little tiny squirrel, has 4 times the amount of protein per ounce.
The protein bone ratio is fantastic. Up there with rabbit.
Well, exactly. Anything wild. So versus your domesticated chicken, domesticated whatever. And imagine if you're walking through the woods and you're walking miles and you procure that, you're going to have more respect for that animal and waste nothing, which is truly kind of like the driving, I don't know, topic, issue, focus that we have on the show.
Squirrel, chicken of the tree is what you'll say, right?
Chicken of the tree, baby.
Chicken of the tree. You're not going anywhere. We're actually going to break off, and then we're going to finish this up. We actually have this chicken with the done chicken, the magic of TV. That's how you can tell. Jared, you're not going anywhere, too. But we're going to introduce another gentleman to the mix. Your executive sous chef at Cattivella. I won't do it justice. Give him a little preview. He can't hear us right now. Talk about him for just a minute, and we'll preview him to come onto the show.
So Zodi is amazing. He's been my sous chef for about 7 years. He came from Panzano's with me, started just as a cook, and he's truly like a son to me. Like, he's worked for me for so long. He has equal passion to food and about where it comes from as I do. And honestly, out of all of the people I've worked with, it's been hard to find, you know, and like people that work their way up to become a chef and they're successful, it's because of the driven passion, you know, to every little detail, and this man has it. And he was with me on the first season of the tour of the show, and you know, he was excited to be here, anything to be a part of it and to further, you know, his perfection. So I can't say enough about him. I'm lucky to have him.
From Mexico City. He's in our backyard now.
I was just going to say this. Next time you take him out with a shotgun, though, you may find him, not the other way around.
Well,
we watched that scene, and I was like, whoa. Oh, man, like, go side by side with Yuri, because I don't know if he knows that shotgun.
Yeah. Well, it was really, well, I was like, there was a couple of scenes, and that wasn't obviously in it, but I was like, wait. The cameraman is in front of you. Wait just a second. Yeah. I mean, he did go through hunter safety just before that, and I did work with him prior to that. And so there was a lot of like, be careful kind of thing. So I had my eyes on him, but yeah, there was certainly some.
It's like me. If you give me a squirt gun, you're making a bad decision. You know, that's all I'm saying.
This is great. I'm having so much fun tonight. I'm glad you're tuned in here with us from Studio Kitchen, Colorado. Jared's going to stick around with us. Jared Pecci, and the executive producer of this amazing new show. Right here, you can watch it. It's Roots to Ranches and Rocky Mountain PBS. Google it, Roots to Ranches. Right now, bookmark it. You just want to stick around because you'll listen to all of these cool stories. We're going to show you this finished product of this chicken, as well as continue to catch up with Chef Elise Wiggins. Zuri's going to join the show as well. Jared, she just took her headset off. There's got to be some cool bloopers from the show, right?
Oh, there's definitely bloopers.
Okay.
And, we're planning to release those slowly.
Oh, she's back on headset. Bloopers are going to be coming up next. We'll talk about some of the things, what it's like to work with Chef Elise Wiggins. The final product, you guys, that's it. That's the cool stuff. All right, we'll be right back in a flash. Don't forget our YouTube channel. We just put enough content up there to where we're proud enough to say go over to our YouTube channel and subscribe. This is a great night at Studio Kitchen, Colorado. Off to Little Rich in the Little Rich Corner. You're listening to the Modern Eater Show on iHeartRadio.